There comes a point when the familiar begins to feel a little too tight, like a shirt we've outgrown without noticing. Nothing's wrong in any dramatic way, yet something inside whispers that the old way of being no longer fits. This quiet nudge towards growth shows up in different forms: a relentlessness, a subtle discomfort, a sense that the routines we once found comforting have turned into invisible fences. And while it's easy to ignore those whispers, they have a purpose. They're a reminder of an ancient truth: we are not meant to stay the same. Human beings are designed to evolve. Nature tells the same story over and over: the caterpillar becoming a butterfly, the tides rising and falling, the seasons shifting in their steady rhythm. Nothing in the natural world stays frozen, and yet we often expect ourselves to. We hold on to habits, identities, and patterns simply because they feel comfortable. But comfort, as soothing as it is, can quietly become a cage. Growth doesn't always announce itself with drama or fireworks. More often it begins as a subtle pulse inside us, a sense that we are being called to expand beyond our current edges. Maybe the conversations we used to enjoy don't feel as meaningful. Maybe our goals no longer excite us the same way. Maybe we wake up one morning feeling like we've been living on autopilot, going through the motions instead of truly engaging with our lives. None of this is failure. It's simply evolution knocking. The challenge is that evolution requires honesty. It asks us to look at what we've outgrown, not with judgment, but with gratitude. A chapter once served us, but it may not serve who we're becoming. And acknowledging that can bring a strange mixture of relief and fear. Relief because we know change is needed. Fear because stepping into the unknown always requires courage. But fear doesn't mean we're on the wrong path. In many cases, it means we're exactly where growth begins. There's a gentle reassurance in remembering that evolution is not a race. It doesn't demand that we transform overnight or reinvent every part of our lives at once. Growth is rarely loud. More often it's slow, patient, and consistent. Just as winter prepares the ground for spring, the seasons in our own lives prepare us for what's next. Even stillness has purpose. Uncertainty has wisdom. Being not quite there yet doesn't mean we're lost. It means we're in the process. And there will be times when we resist change, not because we don't want to grow, but because we're afraid of leaving behind the identity we've known for so long. That resistance is natural. Every tree must shed its leaves before new growth can form. We are no different. Letting go is not about abandoning who we were, but about making space for who we're becoming. When we allow ourselves to evolve, we reconnect with a deeper sense of meaning. We begin to feel more aligned, more awake, more alive. We rediscover curiosity. We remember what it feels like to be hopeful about the future instead of anxious about standing still. Evolution gives us permission to breathe again, to dream again, to step into the next chapter with more awareness and intention. And so, if life feels like it's urging you forward, even softly or subtly, trust that feeling. Growth doesn't come to punish you, it comes to guide you. It comes to remind you that you are capable of more than the version of yourself you used to settle for. In the end, evolving is simply returning to your true nature. It's remembering that you were never meant to stay unchanged. And when you lean into that truth, even gently, you may find that the next version of you has been waiting patiently on the other side of your hesitation, ready to take your hand and lead you forward. Words are not just sounds that pass through your lips. They're instructions. They're blueprints. Every sentence you repeat to yourself is laying the foundation for what you believe, how you act, and ultimately, who you become. When you tell yourself, "I can't handle this," your body responds. Your shoulders slump, your energy drops, and your mind begins to search for evidence that you're right. But when you say, "I will find a way," something shifts. Your breathing steadies, your thoughts sharpen, and suddenly your brain starts looking for solutions instead of excuses. That's the power of self-talk. It's not fluff, it's science. Psychologists have long studied this. The brain doesn't fully distinguish between what is vividly imagined and what is real. So when you speak life into your challenges, when you declare, "I'm stronger than this moment, I'm capable of figuring it out," your mind begins to operate as if it's already true. You prime yourself for resilience, creativity, and confidence. Now, we know that the inner voice is not always kind. Most people live with a critic in their head that whispers doubt and magnifies fear. It tells you that you're not good enough, that you'll fail, that you don't deserve more. And left unchecked, that voice becomes the author of your story, and it will write you into a corner. But who's really holding the pen? Every time you choose words of power instead of words of defeat, you take control of the story. You stop being a prisoner of your thoughts and start becoming the architect of your future. This isn't ignoring reality. It's choosing language that fuels action, saying "I'm learning" instead of "I'm failing," saying "I'm in progress" instead of "I'm stuck." These are all small adjustments, but they can change the trajectory of how you see yourself. Think of self-talk like training in the gym. Just as muscles grow with repetition, so does belief. If you only lift the weight once, nothing changes. But if you repeat the movement day after day, the body adapts. Self-talk works the same way. The words you choose and repeat condition your identity. Maybe you've been speaking defeat for years. Maybe you've let words like "I'm too old" or "I'm not capable" take root. That doesn't mean you're stuck. It means you've been rehearsing the wrong script. But scripts can be rewritten. If you can catch yourself in the act, when that negative voice rises, don't fight it with silence. Replace it with truth, out loud if you have to. Declare, "I am disciplined, I am resourceful, I am moving forward." Not because you feel it in the moment, but because you are planting the seed for who you are becoming. Imagine what would shift if instead of fueling fear, you fed your courage daily. Imagine if every morning started with words of intention and every setback was met with words of strength. It's not wishful thinking. That's training your mind to believe in the person you already have the potential to be. Your mind is always listening. Every word you speak, whether aloud or in silence, they're all shaping your future. So speak power, speak resilience, speak determination. Because when you speak it often enough with conviction, your words stop being just words. They become your truth. They become you. When you write your story with the language of possibility, you talk yourself into the life you were always meant to live. There's a phrase making the rounds lately. It's called therapy bro summer. And at first it might sound like a joke, like another internet trend. But behind it is something deeply real. It's about men, fathers, brothers, sons, athletes, leaders, finally giving themselves permission to step into a new kind of strength. For generations, men have been told the same story. Don't cry. Don't talk about it. Don't be weak. We've been taught that toughness means silence, that masculinity means carrying the weight alone. And while resilience is powerful, there's a cost to pretending we don't feel pain. And that cost is broken relationships, anger that explodes out of nowhere, addictions that numb what words never expressed. Therapy Bro Summer means courage looks different now. It means the strongest thing a man can do isn't hiding his emotions. It's facing them. It's looking in the mirror and saying, "I deserve to heal. I deserve to grow. I deserve to live free from the weight I've been carrying. Therapy isn't weakness. Healing isn't weakness. Vulnerability isn't weakness. They're all acts of courage. They're proof that you care enough about yourself and the people who love you to stop passing your pain forward. Because pain that goes unspoken doesn't disappear, it leaks. It leaks into how you talk to your partner. It leaks into how patient you are with your kids. It leaks into how you lead, how you work, how you see yourself. But when you choose courage, when you choose to step into healing, journaling, breathwork, and conversations that scare you, you break the cycle. You take the weight that crushed you and you turn it into wisdom. You take the anger that controlled you and you turn it into compassion. You take the silence that isolated you and you turn it into connection. And this isn't just for men. It's for anyone who's ever been told they have to hold it together no matter what. Emotional courage is human courage, and it's contagious. When one person stands up and says, "I'm ready to face what I've been running from," it gives others permission to do the same. Here's what it looks like in real life. It looks like having the hard conversation you've been avoiding. It looks like admitting to a friend, "I'm struggling right now." It looks like calling the therapist or joining a group, even if you don't know what to say when you sit down. It looks like choosing growth over pride, freedom over fear. Imagine what would happen if more men lived this way. Imagine locker rooms where athletes could talk about not just the game, but about life. Imagine boardrooms where leaders weren't afraid to be honest about pressure. Imagine families where fathers could tell their sons, it's okay to feel, it's okay to talk, it's okay to heal. That's what Therapy Bro Summer is really about. Not a season or a hashtag, but a movement. A new standard for strength, a new identity for masculinity, one that says, yes, I'm strong, yes, I can fight, yes, I can protect, but I'm also brave enough to sit down with my emotions, brave enough to ask for help, and brave enough to grow. Masculinity without emotional courage is a mask, but masculinity with emotional courage, that's freedom, that's leadership. That's love in its strongest form. Hey, I know life can get loud. Deadlines, bills, stress, the messages that keep popping up on your phone, the thoughts that won't slow down when you're just trying to sleep. It's easy to feel like you're caught up in a storm, waves crashing around you. The wind is howling and everything around you is spinning out of control. And when you're in it, clarity feels impossible. You can't think straight. You can't see the bigger picture. You can barely catch your breath. But let me remind you that storms don't last forever. The calm that you're looking for, it's not found out there, it's inside of you already. You have the power to slow the wind, to calm the waves, not by controlling everything around you, but by controlling what's going on inside of you. Step 1, control the controllables. When the chaos hits, your mind wants to control everything, but that only makes the storm bigger. So instead, ask yourself, what's one thing that I can control right now? It might be slowing your breathing. It might be getting up 30 minutes earlier to start your day. It might be making a list of the most important things that you need to tackle. Small actions create small wins, and small wins start to build momentum. So step 2 is anchor yourself in the present. Anxiety loves to live in the future. Regret likes to live in the past. Calm likes to live in the present. When your mind races ahead to what could go wrong, pull it back with this simple question. Ask, what is true about this exact moment right now? You're here, you're breathing, you have survived every tough day up until this moment. That's the truth. Step 3 is reframe the storm. Sometimes the chaos is just life rearranging itself for you. The setback is teaching you resilience. The delay is teaching you patience. The loss is opening space for something new. You may not see the full reason right now, but one day you're going to look back and realize the storm wasn't breaking you, it was making you. Step 4, protect your mental space. In chaotic seasons, your mind is like a garden. The more weeds you let in, well, then the flowers can't grow. Be intentional with what you let in, the news you watch, the people you hang out with, the thoughts you entertain. Fill your space with voices that lift you higher. Fill your days with things that bring you peace. That's how you keep clarity alive, even when the world feels unclear. Here's the thing. Calm is not something you stumble across when life finally becomes perfect. It's a skill. It's a mindset. It's something that you build along the way, even in the middle of a storm. Because you are not the wind. You are not the waves, but you are the captain. And no matter how wild the storm gets, you have the ability to steer towards clarity. So take a deep breath. Decide what matters most. Let go of what you can't control and keep moving forward. The storm will pass, and when it does, you'll be stronger, you'll be clearer, and more grounded than you were before. Let's get one thing straight, and that is pain isn't the end of the story. You might feel like it in the moment, but pain is not your weakness. Pain is your wake-up call. Every champion, every leader, every person who's ever done something extraordinary has had to face pain, be it emotional, physical, mental, or all of the above. Pain shows up uninvited. It knocks you down. It shakes your confidence and makes you question everything. But pain doesn't show up to destroy you. It shows up to shape you. You can't always control what hurts you, but you can control what you do with the pain. You can hide from it, complain about it, numb it, or you can use it. You can turn it into fuel. That heartbreak, that injury, that rejection, that failure, those sleepless nights when you wondered if you're enough, that's your fire. And when you harness that pain instead of running from it, you become dangerous in the best way possible because you're focused, driven, and relentless. Think about the pain you felt in your life, the hard times, the disappointment, the struggle. They've already cost you something. Don't let them cost you everything. Don't let pain steal your future too. Use it. Let it sharpen your focus. Let it remind you why you care. Let it push you to show up when you'd rather quit. Because when you stop fighting pain and start training with it, it becomes your edge. Most people crumble under pressure. You are going to rise. Most people break when it gets hard. You're going to break through. And I'm not saying it's easy, because it's not. Turning pain into power doesn't happen overnight, but it happens every time you make a choice to keep going, to get up one more time, to do one more rep, to study a little longer, to show up with a little more fire. Transformation doesn't begin with comfort, it begins with discomfort. It begins when you stop asking, why is this happening to me, and start asking, what is this trying to teach me? See, pain can give you two things: a reason to quit or a reason to rise. And that choice is always yours. If you want to perform at a high level in sport, business, or in life, then you have to stop avoiding discomfort. You have to lean into it, not with bitterness, but with belief. Because every painful moment is a chance to become more focused, more grounded, more unshakable. And if you're hurting right now, if you feel broken, If life has hit you hard, good. That means you've got fuel. You've got something real. Now use it. Turn your pain into power. Turn your setbacks into comebacks. Turn your scars into strength. This isn't about pretending it doesn't hurt. It's about refusing to let the pain be the final chapter. Because pain may write the opening line, but you get to write the rest. Life is always moving, always buzzing, always demanding. And our minds are constantly pulled in 1,000 different directions, from texts, emails, worries, and schedules. And in the middle of all that noise, we forget something important: ourselves. We forget to breathe, we forget to listen, and we forget to heal. But that's where meditation comes in. Meditation isn't about sitting cross-legged for hours or becoming some spiritual master. It's about coming home to yourself. It's about creating just a few moments of silence in a world full of noise. And in that silence, something powerful happens. You see, meditation gives you space to heal. Be they emotional wounds, mental stress, physical tension. Meditation helps untangle it all. It slows the racing thoughts. It relaxes the tightness in your chest. And it gives your nervous system a break. It reminds your mind and body that you're safe, you're okay, you're still here. I suggest you don't wait until you're burned out to start. You don't need to wait for rock bottom to take a breath. You can begin now. You should begin today. So what is meditation really? At its core, meditation is simply this: the practice of being present. Not caught in the future, not stuck in the past, just here, in this breath, in this moment. And that one practice, being fully present, can change everything. It can help lower anxiety. It can help reduce depression. It can improve sleep. It can boost creativity. It can help the body heal from the inside out. But most importantly, it reconnects you with you. So how do you do it? Well, let's break it down into 5 simple steps. Number 1, find a quiet space. Doesn't have to be fancy. You can sit on your bed, sit on the floor, or just sit in your car before work. Just somewhere you won't be disturbed for a few moments. Number 2, sit comfortably. You don't need to twist into a pretzel. Just keep your back straight, your shoulders relaxed, and your hands resting gently. Number 3, close your eyes and breathe. Inhale slowly through your nose, exhale gently through your mouth. Do that a few times and notice how your body begins to settle. Number 4, focus on your breathing. Notice the air coming in and going out. If your mind wanders, and it will, just bring it back to the breath. No judgment, no pressure. And number 5, just start small. Try 3 minutes, then 5, then maybe 10. It's not about how long you meditate, it's about how you consistently show up for you. See, over time, you'll notice the difference. You'll feel calmer in chaos. You'll respond, not react. You'll carry a sense of peace with you, even in busy or stressful moments. And maybe most importantly, you'll start to hear your own voice again. The voice underneath the noise, the one that says, I'm healing, I'm growing, I'm okay. Because meditation isn't about escaping life, it's about learning how to live it fully, with awareness, with presence, and with peace. You don't need to be perfect, you don't need to get it right every time, you just need to begin. You see, meditation is a return to your breath, to your body, to the moment. And in that return, you begin to remember how powerful you truly are.